Hi everyone, this is Marieanne, the Artsie Crafter. Welcome to my channel. Isn't it great that we can finally travel again and go on holidays? I know here in Australia, I think we've had some of the toughest lockdown protocols in the world due to COVID, and so much so that one of the lockdowns that we hated the most was when the states closed their borders, and a lot of us had family in other states and we weren't able to go and visit them. Some people couldn't go visit for up to 2 years almost, for the whole time we were in lockdown. So I know my husband and I, we had to cancel trips to Queensland, where we have a lot of family up there, because the borders kept closing. They'd open, then close again shortly after, and so we had to cancel 3 trips. Anyway, the last Christmas we were stuck in the border because we had to have a travel pass to go across the border to go and had spent Christmas with family in Queensland, which was quite strange and very traumatic for us, because our COVID test results didn't come back in time, so we had to go and get retested and then wait a couple of days before they came through, before we can get across the border. Now, we eventually did, thank goodness, but it was heartbreaking because we didn't get to spend Christmas Day with family. So anyway, so the end of this week, my husband and I are going to go up to Queensland and visit some family we haven't been able to catch up with since the borders have reopened. In honor, to commemorate the occasion, I thought I would make a journal so I can record all the special memories in. So this here is my travel journal, and as you can see, it says our 2022 Queensland holiday. So on the front here, I made a dangle of the binding, and the binding's got there's 2 ribbon bindings on either side, and then the blue is the sari silk, and I just zigzagged stitched them together to make this really pretty binding and tie for the journal. And that's kind of the colors of that's the theme of the journal. And here I made I painted some leaves and I cut them out, and I used some nail polish to put a shine on them, and I backed them on some really heavy cardstock and mounted them on this little metal butterfly just for something fun. So anyway, I'll just undo the ribbon and show you through. Okay, just move that aside. The cover here is, there's 1 signature in this book, and I think there's about 12 double pages, which is about I think it ends up being about 50 pages front and back altogether. So the cover here is just collage papers on paper backing, and I machine stitched around the border, and then I did some fussy machine stitching over some of the joins, just as a creative look. This image here is a lot of the pages in here I used Australian children's storybook on native animals and the outback and whatnot. Absolutely gorgeous. It has gorgeous illustrations, and this little kookaburra is one of the birds in the illustration, in the book, sorry. Cute little guy. And we live in Wentworth Falls, so this is the beginning of our journey, and Wentworth Falls is in the Blue Mountains, which is about 90 minutes west of Sydney in Australia. So anyway, we'll fold that up and take a look inside. So the front here, I did a side pocket here with a map from an Australian atlas. This is where Sydney is, and we're actually heading north to Queensland. But anyway, we live around here to start with. This is the belly band I created, and I made some leaves and cut them out and stuck them on a band. And this is some journal tags here. On the back here, I used my dauber, ink dauber, and I just pounced the dauber on here to create a pattern on the back because I don't like white particularly. So I wanted to get rid of it. So that was one way of doing it. The lady I mentioned before, one of her other videos that she showed us how to do this little pocket flip out, and I created this using pages out of a gardening book, and I love the images there, so that's there. And then on the back is just some journaling space, and then you've got 3 journal tags inside the pockets. So I thought that was a great technique. And it has a little circle closure with a little birdie on it. And there. This is just some Japanese. I combined some Japanese images with Australian images and gardening images. They all sort of blended because they had those colors that I absolutely love, and that's the theme of this journal. So I use them. Nature, it's kind of a nature theme as well. This part here, this is scrapbook paper at the back here, and I just put this image from the children's book on the front here, and there's a little mousey there, and then I can put this book belongs to, or this journal belongs to, on the front there. And over here we've got a double pocket. This cute little kangaroo one is just a journal. No, sorry, it's an envelope. And inside here is some paper created by Bubbles, coffee, with coffee and inks. And this technique that I learnt from another lady on YouTube called Barbara from 49 Dragonflies. She has a video on how she shows you how to do this technique. It's a lot of fun, and I will link her video in the description box below if you'd like to check that out. So there's an envelope I made from a book page. And then this is a journal card with a sulfur-crested cockatoo with some cordial. I thought it was a bottle of beer at first, but it's not, it's cordial. And that's the same bubble paper on the back. And the little poem says, "Rub-a-dub-dub, there were 3 in the scrub, eating their way through the crust, when out of the blue came Fred Cockatoo with some cordial to wash down the dust." And this is a poem by Dan Vallely. I don't know who he is, but anyway, this was out of the book. And these are the guys that are eating their pies, which is an Australian favourite. This one here is out of a book, a bird book. I love all the images of the birds. And over here, we're going, where we're going, some of the family we're visiting are in a place called Gladstone, which is in central coast of Queensland, and they live, from us, they live 1,385 kilometres away, which is roughly about 860 miles. And then we're travelling south of there to visit my parents at Gympie, and they live 348 k's from these family, my brother and his wife and family, and that's about 230 miles away. And this is a little doggy here. He's on a little tucker box, which is an iconic image in Australia. And he also looks like our little Barchi. We have a Maltese cross Shih Tzu, but ours is grey, black and tan and white. But anyway, he reminds me of ours. And this is some more Japanese paper, and I just put a butterfly on there. And here is a map of, this is the coast route up to Queensland. We'll be going inland and coming back coastal route. So this is a flip out. And this here is a pocket that I created. I painted these leaves and just cut them out to make a pocket at the bottom. And here's a cute little cut out of an owl. Owls are one of my favorite birds. Here is a little journal card from that I made from the book, and it's just got some journal space on the back. This here, I painted these leaves and I fussy cut them and put them on this panel of blue paper, blue and gold, that I painted, and I love the sparkle, and it fits in there. And here a little bit of matte paper. This here is out of the book, and this here says, "Our street, in our street, the main street, running through the town, you see a lot of busy folk going up and down." So that's a country town in Australia. And this cute little pussycat, and there's just some journaling paper in there. The flowers, I painted the flower and fussy cut it out and put on there, and I made this stamp from a little image of a butterfly. This here is an envelope that I collage papers on the front of, and a little bit from the book, and it's got a lily pond in the window. Whoops, there you go. And then inside is May Gibbs' little bush babies and bush baby gum nuts and gum leaves, and that's just journaling card. May Gibbs is a famous Australian children's author book for her gum nut babies, and this flips down. Oops, and then here's a froggy pond out of the book. I just gessoed over the print so I can journal on, and that's just closed with Velcro, kept closed with Velcro up the top. Here I took images. There's 3 images I took out of the children's book, and I just put them together to make a little collage of a scene, water scene, just to continue the theme. And there's another owl, and this, I love this these image and the colors, and just a journal spot there. Here I've used a music sheet from a book, and just painted on some leaves and the coloring. This here is out of another children's book, not the same one, a different one. But I love the little hut. And this is just some journaling card booklet that I made from the same children's book, Australian children's book. And this on the other side, a little fairy there. See? Just tuck that in there. Over here, this is a paper clip here that I made. I concentrated some paper together, and I embossed it with some bronze dust here, and then this is a die cut of a leaf, and then I stuck a little butterfly stamp on there on some fabric backing there. And this is a belly band that I made from a tree in the book. And you got a little possum, koala, a little fox, and some there's some more possums, and a little owl there. This is an envelope that I collaged on the front of, and there's a little tuck spot under there. And then on the back is it's made on a book page, and there's a place there I can put some cards and whatnot, maybe postcards or whatever from our trip to Queensland. So I'll put that back on later on. There's another image out of the book. This here. This is out of that bird book that I showed you before. And I just made a pocket here. Actually, there's a double pocket, but I'll have to make another card there. And this is just a journal card out of that book. I gessoed on the back so I can do some writing. Here is another paper clip closure with a leaf on it. And this folds out. Got a corner pocket. And here, I don't know if you'll be able to see, I put some, I used nail polish to put a clear varnish hot over the top of finish over the top of the little bird, just to make him stand out a little bit more. Here's a journal card. This is out of a journal kit. I'm not I don't know which one, but anyway, it's about what do you call these things? Sunflowers, I think they are. And this is a book page that I painted and splattered some gold on. This here, I love fairies, and this fit in with the colour theme of the journal. So this is a fairy, and dragonflies are one of my favourite insects. And then this is a map of the fairyland, and there's a poem in the forest, and this is a fairy ring, and it all flips out. And this is from a journal kit, I'm not quite sure which one, sorry, but then gives you some journal space in between. And this is a pocket. This is from another brochure, I think, that I just cut up and put in here and made pockets from. And this one here is just some journal booklet. Some paper that I made, stenciled, and I put sprayed gold on it. Oh, wrong way. Goes that way. And this is from another children's book of poems. This here, on the back of it, was images here, and it was in black. It was all black and ugly. I thought it was very ugly, so I thought, well, I didn't want to put something over it, so I thought, oh, I'll try and do a painting. So I just painted in the images and made it into a vine and some leaves and speckled with gold and whatnot, and I thought it turned out quite good. So if you have this on the back of something that you like the front of but you don't like the back of, you can also always try and redo it into something that you really like instead of just covering it up. So because I didn't want to add any more bulk to the journal, it's bulky enough as it is. Anyway, this is another image out of the book, children's book, little platypus there and a kookaburra. This is some more Japanese paper and a little corner tuck, and there's some stalks, journal spot on the back. This is out of another book, children's book. This is the center of the journal, and this is more of that paper that I painted the leaves on, and I got stuck on a little koala with her baby, and of course another kookaburra, because I love kookaburras. We have often have kookaburras in our back tree there, laughing their heads off when I'm out there. I'm sure they're laughing at me. And it's just a postcard. On the back here is I painted on, and I put some gold on, and then I did some stamping on the back there just for fun. And this here is actually baking paper that I coffee dyed, and I turned it into an envelope, and inside I just inked on the back. This is a letter that I can write on, and made a letter. I just inked on and put some gold on, and then on the front I painted a bird and speckled some gold on it. So see that. And then this flips down, and you can see the whole map of Australia. So we live around here, and we're going to travel up here to central Queensland and then back down again. That will be our entire trip for 2 weeks. I hope it's nice and warm and sunny up there, because it's freezing cold and wet and miserable down here. It'd be great to get away. And it's just more pages out of the book. This little flip out here. Little mouse, and I don't know what that is. Some Australian native animal. the other side of that poetry children's book, and I just painted some green on it. Here's the other side of that brochure, and it's another little journal booklet. This is a book page, and I put a double pocket on it. This is some scrapbook paper that I found on my stash that I didn't I've had for years and didn't know what to do with, and I thought I absolutely love the colour. It goes so well in this journal. And I made a tag and a little postcard that I put image out of the book, and a little butterfly, a dragonfly, a gorgeous dragonfly. So, and I painted the book page that I painted, and then this is a stamp that I created with a fussy cut flowers. This is, I don't know where I got these leaves from. I didn't paint these ones. I got them from somewhere. And there's more of my stamping there. And there's the page. This here's the other side of that brochure with the birds on. And it's a pocket there. Birds. I think it's upside down. There we go. And general space on the back. This here is a pouch that had cutlery in. I think we must have got it when we went to breakfast somewhere, and they presented the cutlery in this little pouch, and I thought it's so pretty. I didn't want to destroy it or throw it out, so I decided to put it in here, and I can put like a tag or journaling card in there. And this is from I just covered this up. There was something I didn't like there, so and had rainforest there, and I just gessoed around it to block out the print, and fold it up the bottom to make a pocket. And that's just the other side of it. And more of that children's book page, little mousey down there. This here is a tea bag that I painted an image on, and then I mounted that on some strips of white copy paper. This is from when you print down digital papers, you know, from digital journal kits, and you get that white border around the page, and you cut that off. If you don't do borderless printing, it has the border around. I just cut them off, and I just kept the strips because I didn't want to throw them out. I thought I'd be able to do something with them, and so I decided to weave them, make a weave pattern out of them. I inked the edges and glued them together and created this little panel here, and I thought, oh, I'll put it in my journal. And then on the back here, this is an old dictionary with very thin pages that I coffee dyed, and then I used some texture paste, and I stenciled these leaves on there, and I really love that page. And this is some journal space. Here is another one of those paper clips I made, and these are some papers that I made from stencils, sprayed inks on them, and so they make great. This one I put some gold on because I love gold. There's another one there, and that's that music page. I'll put that one back on. Always get these upside down. There you go. Got it the right way around this time. This is just a brochure out of another. Don't know where I got that from, but anyway, it had this nice water image in there, and had a little dragonfly. I made a flip out. This little froggy, and I put some gold accent on him, and I put some Velcro closure on, keep it closed. And this is another image out of the children's book, and I made a little flip out. Oops, I didn't shut that up before. I'll move this out, and there, flip out. This here is an envelope, and I just stuck one of my stamps on there. And I made a journal card, collaged some papers, and put this little image of a bird on there. And there's just some journal paper in there, digital journal paper. There. More Japanese paper. This is out of a digital journal kit. I just backed it on to this other side of this bird book page, and I flipped it up to make a pocket, and then I put that trim on the bottom there. And these is out of a kit. I don't know which kits they're. I've had them for a long time. I just made a journal space on the back. This one here is from the papers that I created, stamped on, and I stuck a little collage of papers on there and another owl. And this here is from the children's book, and this here flips down, and it's just journal space. That's more paper that I had created. And these little possums have had too much cordial to drink, and they're flaked out on the ground. And this is little a koala. He's had too much to drink too, and had a hard night, I think. That's that. And then on this page here, there's more from the book, and I velcroed it together, and I haven't put anything in here. There's a tuck spot here on this side, and it's just from pages from the book, and this here, and I just gessoed it on there so I can do some writing. I just love these images of the animals. They're absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, and that's velcroed together, and this flips out. More images from the book. This one I just fussy cut the edge, made a tuck spot for a journal postcard. Tucks in there. And this is the back cover. I just collaged some papers on this back flip out, and the same there. There's some Japanese paper. This here is just images I've cut out from pages in the children's book, and you flip this down, and this is a little sheep on the front and journaling space on the back. And then this one here flips up for journaling space, and this one here with the little hut flips out. There's more journal space. This is jackaroo, so what we call these guys in Australia, the jackaroos. They look after the sheep. And this is a sign. This bird is telling us it's time to go home. And this map is a map of the route that we'll be taking up to Queensland, or back to from Queensland back home. One of the options we have. We always change which way we're going every time, just to make the journey more interesting. Anyway, so that's it. I will be taking that with me to Queensland, with us to Queensland, but to keep it safe, I made this to go inside. This I picked this up from our local haberdashery store, and I absolutely loved it. It's tapestry fabric, and had these gorgeous birds on the front, as you can see, and I think it fit the color theme in my journal down pat. So I made this pouch, and I did a blanket stitch, hand blanket stitch around the edge, and then in the other side I stitched these panels here, and I've got a backup note journal there that I bought to go in there, and I'll put a pen in there, and then this journal I'll wrap it back up, and it just fits in here, and like that. It's easier when it's tied closed. So it's wrapped up like that, and I'll put a band around it and keep it safe so that the journal doesn't get dirty on our trip, because we'll be doing a lot of traveling around and visiting different people, family and whatnot, so that keeps it all safe. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed looking through my journal with me, and if you'd like to see lots more videos, then please, I'd appreciate it if you hit the like button. It would help me greatly. to grow my YouTube channel, and so I can make lots more videos to show you. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you again soon, and have a happy and crafty day. Thank you. Bye bye.